Hello, divine beings. Welcome to Dumela Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. It is time for a tarot reading, well, an oracle card reading at this time. Let us see what source would like to bring through for each and every single one of us. Beautiful beings, this one is to see what is coming up in the next 4 weeks. Something positive. Positive changes, positive shifts. What is coming through? What do we have to look forward to in the next 4 weeks as a collective? Those of us who are drawn to this reading, those of us who are here, source, what is coming through in the next 4 weeks? Okay, what is coming through, which is positive, positive changes, positive shifts, blessings, manifestations. What is coming through? Okay, you're ready. Mirror. Okay, so with the mirror card coming out, number 23, that 2 and the 3 making a 5, transformation. So the mirror, in the next 4 weeks, you're really coming to a place where you are seeing yourself, transformation, a change, seeing yourself in your clarity, seeing yourself in your truth. Finally, the physical world, including yourself, taking on a frequency which pleases you, which you enjoy. Okay, remember, everything here honors us in this realm of creation. Everything here mirrors you truthfully, and the lesson was for you not to react at the physical, but rather to evaluate what's happening within you, which is creating the physical you are seeing. And you've done that work. You've been really doing that work all this time. And now finally, in the next 4 weeks, the physical, the realm, what is being mirrored back to you is positive. It's something you want to see. It is feeling good. It's a true reflection of the source you are. So it's love. It aligns with you. It agrees with you. It's in harmony, in resonance with you. It is a glimpse into a physical reality which really truly honors and reflects and is representative of the soul frequency you are. So yes, a beautiful energy to look forward to, as finally what is mirrored in the physical is pleasing, is aligned, is source, is you. What else? Did we receive anything more for that? Okay. True reflection. Okay. Meditation 22:4. And with this we feel you're going to definitely feel a lot more grounded in the physical as physical source. It has been a bit of a shift, a bit of an interesting feel as you're transitioning and coming into your understanding as a source creator. For this is this new frequency we are now aligning in, right? As you are now source, embodying source in this physical realm, you are learning your alchemy, you are learning the mastery of your alchemy. Each and every single one of you have mastered alchemy, have mastered manifestation, have mastered creation, and you are now discovering that frequency of mastery in this realm for the first time. And shifting from the spiritual teachings to this physical expressing of it has been a little bit of a not bumpy, just uncertain, maybe just a bit uncomfortable for some, just not really feeling that everything is making sense, a bit uncertain. And in the next 4 weeks, finally, you're going to feel anchored, you're going to feel grounded, you're going to feel centered, you're going to feel whole, you're going to feel stable within the unknown. Look at this image, blacked out, within the unknown of what? Of the physical, right? Because finally you are accessing elements, energies in the physical realm which you have not yet connected with. If you can imagine, when we were in the illusion, we were programmed, and we focused on that programming and we honored that programming. As such, we only accessed a small percentage of what is possible to access, what is possible to do, what is possible to experience in this physical realm. Now you've done the powerful energy work to be source in the physical, and now you're accessing everything else. No longer the very limited version of Earth you could tap into, see, and experience. You're now experiencing everything else that was hidden from you, that was inaccessible, because you were not a resonating frequency. But now that you are source in the physical, you are now experiencing so much more of the physical, not only that which you have seen, but also everything that which was unseen, which has not been yet discovered by you. And it's very unique to you, because each and every single one of you are expressing a different frequency of source. Thus it opens up different access points of source, different energies of source, different manifestations of Earth and experiencing. So that is the shift now, as you are now opening yourself up to receiving a whole new experiencing of Earth that no one else has experienced, like no one else can experience, uniquely tailored to you. And in the next 4 weeks, you're going to feel grounded in it, no longer a bit lost, no longer uncertain, no longer unstable, but grounded and secure and stable. You're going to finally feel like you have a hold of this physical manifest reality. Okay. Okay. 1 and 7, 17. 1 manifestation, magician. 7 is source. So again, we're feeling that. So not only are you grounded in this physical source, your physical world in the next 4 weeks is also going to take on the shape of source. Okay, 1 magician, 7. Your manifest reality is now going to balance to source. So your stability, your physical environment, just your physical environment as a whole, including how you relate with people, your relationships, maybe structure, maybe behavior, ways of being, your routine, your daily routine, manifestations, objects, everyday happenings, your physical experiencing also now taking on the shape of source of you. Okay, which is why source is really asking you to be patient and to be at ease and gentle with yourself, because this is quite a major shift that we are stepping into. Okay, so let's see before we go into, okay, so we can actually discuss. We received a download earlier, so we'd like to discuss it now, and it really aligns with these energies. So in the illusion, when we were in the conditioning, we received information and we were programmed and conditioned to not work for self, for truth, for source, but to rather do effort everything for condition, for illusion. And even when it was spiritual, it was the conditioned spiritual, right? It was an external God which we had to honor and worship and be in servitude of. So everything we were doing was not for self and the expression of source. It was for the presentation for others. A presentation of belief, a presentation of spirituality, a presentation of culture, a presentation of social norms. It was a presentation, how you present yourself to the world to be acceptable. It had nothing to do with you and everything to do with external honoring. And this is how you were used to doing things, right? You had to be busy for others. You had to, even if it was a dream of your own, it was for how others would receive you, for how others would review it, how others would be impressed by it, or would react to it. Everything was very externally based for the majority. Okay, even how your relationships were. You know, it was how to be a relationship, how to be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a being friend, a lover, a partner. It was how to be this, how to be this, how to be this. It was never, this is the expression of how it's going to be. It was very much externally forced, and we all became used to it. In the illusion, when we were still creating on auto instruction, it was very much, we got used to creating for something else, for someone else. Finally, we got through the process of awakening, and we came into the cocoon, where spirit came through very strongly, and spirit came through to assist. Why? Because we released the conditioning of spirit, right? We had learned the conditioning of the physical, and we learned the conditioning of spirit. Easier to release the conditioning of spirit because spirit is in the unknown. Easier to let it be free. While the physical, we awaken it every single day. We see these set structures, these set rules. Trickier to release what you see and live every day. Easier to release what you can't really see. So we were able to free the spirit to source, and then source, the spirit frequencies which honored source were able to come to assist us to honor source in the physical. And they guided us, right? And we followed their guidance to source, and we did things, and we followed the guidance, and you did the purging and the releasing, and you followed your intuition and all that stuff. But even then, that was doing it for spirit, not intentionally, not that you were doing it to the honoring of spirit, but it wasn't purely for, in your own intuitive going. It was guided to release this, guided to release that, guided to go here. Sometimes you resisted the guidance, you resisted the purge, and you held on until it was red flags, alarms, and you had to release. And even in that space, the way we viewed the guides and the spiritual teams and the angels and the galactics, it was almost as if you wanted to make sure you weren't disappointing the collective, that we did things in a way which was approved of. Are we doing the right thing? Am I vibing high enough? It was again still an externally sort of pleasing thing, even though it wasn't the motivation behind spirit. Spirit wasn't saying do this for us. Spirit was coming through saying we're going to show you how to be at source, but we were happy to do it. And the encouraging factor was also, it helped to do it with the spiritual frequencies, and you felt you were one of the spiritual frequencies. So it was also another almost indirect efforting, but still for others, still other, because that's what we're used to doing. Even though we were awakening for self, it was still external validationary. It was external validation according to source, according to your guides, according to higher power, was still there. Now the spirit frequency has said, well, we've guided you to source, you're at source, so now we can retreat, and not retreat, we can go back home, go back to our frequency and do what we're doing, and you now are to be physical source, right? So for the first time, we are here, and there is no external expectation. There's no external almost motivation. There's no external, we have to do it because of. We are literally source in the physical to discover that which we are for yourself. You are to manifest things for yourself. The healing, the transmuting, the anchoring of energies was done in the illusion and in the cocooning. Now it's for you just to live your authentic expression and to discover how the alchemist, this master alchemist, master creator, master manifester, how it looks like, how you as a creator of worlds look like in the physical for your own experiencing, because that was part of the deal coming here on this earth mission. Yes, to assist humanity awaken, yes, to heal humanity, yes, to do all these beautiful things, but also for you to gain experience of how your energy, your beautiful, bright, powerful energy looks like in a physical form. So this next chapter is literally for your own willing exploration. And that's a little bit trickier, right? Because we have been programmed not to do anything for ourselves, not that way. And Source is saying, if you're feeling that energy of lack of inspiration, lack of motivation or drive, not really here or there, and feeling, what's the point? What's the purpose? Feeling a little bit lost, it is because now it's no longer an external driven creation. It is literally for your own abundance, your own enjoyment, your own love, and that's okay. For you to be okay doing this for your own exploration. And it's very source frequency, so it's unique. It's not for your own, for your family, for your own, because you can't use the physical as a reference. If you do it for your family, again, you're creating through their lens, and then it's conditioning again. It's literally, I am source, we are source, expressing ourselves and discovering how we be, and however we express, however we be, however people, family, friends, colleagues, strangers experience this being, well, that is how it's going to be, and they're going to see it that way, and however they experience it is how they're going to experience it, and however we express ourselves is how we're going to express ourselves. So it's very much source first, as you, as your frequency, not an external source, not a source that you honor from up above, not a source with your gods and God, none of that. You as source, creator, discovering that which you are in the physical, out of your own volition, for your own enjoyment, your own discovery, your own expression. And how anybody else receives it, well, that's not the point. It's not to impress. It's not to do anything other than for you to discover, I wonder what my source energy looks like in this physical realm. This is new. And that newness is opening up different frequencies in this physical realm to engage in. Because it's a different side of earth. It's a different side of physical being. It's a different way of manifesting. So it is quite the shift. And for you, it might feel a little bit weird, sluggish, and Source is saying don't lose heart, don't be disheartened. You will feel energized and inspired as you glimpse in the physical and like, oh, okay, that feels good. Oh, that interaction was nice. That was a nice interaction with that nice person randomly. I didn't expect such a nice interaction. Oh, that's a nice thing to do. Oh, that's a cool experience. Oh, okay, that does feel like me. Oh, that does feel okay. All of a sudden the physical is mirroring you, like, okay, it's not so bad. Because you're awakening source. You're awakening source in the physical. You're awakening source in all these experiences. So you're discovering you in all these experiences, and not you in an arrogant way, not you in a narcissistic, oh, that's me wanting to clone me and everybody being like me. No, it is the frequency of you being harmonious with the other source frequency. So you are literally seeing how your energy is organically co-creating with another's energy, and you are seeing the harmony and the reflection and the healing, and you are getting to feel your vibe again, as now it's It's being created. Your vibration is literally being manifest because you're finally allowing it. And you start feeling more on earth. Oh, okay. Feels a bit more comfortable to be here on earth. In the unknown, I'm no longer scared. Receiving faster than I'm speaking. We no longer need to see in order for us to do. We can trust. In the unknown, feeling a lot more grounded in the unknown, because, well, the unknown is really, it's reflecting cool things. So I'm no longer anticipating negative co-creations with humans. I'm no longer anticipating negative experiences in this space and that space. I'm no longer catastrophizing. I'm no longer seeing the world as this negative space. No, because the pockets of the world, the places in which you are navigating, it's a reflection of your source. So you're feeling a lot more grounded, a lot more whole, a lot more stable, a lot more present, a lot more okay with being on earth, a lot more comfortable with being in this vessel, because everything is honoring you in a way which allows your presence. And then manifestations also happening, things working out for you, beautiful experiences, the way you dress, the way you decorate, the way you be one, the way you are 17, the magician. You are the magician, and the world you are in the magician of, 22, the world you're grounded in as the magician is 23, transforming from 2, the unknown, into 3 for stability, 7 for the 17, honoring the source you are. So now you are manifesting things, honoring source, and they are honoring you because you are source, no longer source. And we can all feel the difference, right? Source no longer feels out there, big and terrifying or unreachable. It's here. Source is gunk right there within. And you are source, and you are awakening to the power you are, to the source you are, to the alchemist you are. You are, and you've mastered this, remember, you are source. So you've already mastered alchemy, you've mastered manifestation, you've mastered creation, you've done this lifetimes and lifetimes. You are simply experiencing it in this physical form for the first time. So it's the remembrance of the mastery of you, as everything awakens the mastery of you in your everyday experiencing. And if that doesn't encourage and inspire you, well, we don't know what will. So yes, just be gentle with yourself right now. You might be tired. It's the physical cells literally transforming into you. You might be discouraged and be like, oh, Source, you keep saying it's going to happen. We're already over it. Source is saying you can be as over it as you want. The blessings are going to come whether you like it or not. And you will be excited again, because you will literally wake up, step into a world where good things are happening to you, for you, as you, where beautiful manifestations are awakening for you, as you, as beautiful creations are opening up all around, as you, for you. And there's no efforting required. You don't have to effort for it to be. You are simply holding the frequency, and everything is manifesting it and mirroring it as you are at that blissful state of ease at source. So yes, in the next 4 weeks, and it doesn't mean after 4 weeks, we mean within 1, 2, 3, 4, within these weeks, because each of you are anchoring in these energies at your own pace, with the 1111 portal and all the other beautiful energies, full moons and new moons. So everyone will be at a different stage of creation and creation awakening. You are really awakening to your source creator frequency. We all are at this time into incorporating that infinity frequency of next year. So just be at ease with where you are at this time. And we say this fully understanding that we are also going through this. We have been feeling upside down, inside out, upside down. It has been a roller coaster of transformation. Even how we are channeling now feels so different. How we receive information feels so different. How we co-create with the frequencies is so different. It is a completely new space, unexplored. And so we've also been feeling a bit frustrated. We've also been feeling a little bit demotivated and uninspired. But we also have this deep sense of knowing that this is exactly how it's meant to be, which is odd. So we're not forcing ourselves to do anything. We're not trying to do anything. We're just, okay, so this is how we feel. And we are navigating ourselves through our day, through it. We are not going to tap into the, how we used to in human, when we were conditioned, we just used to sort of like, what's the word? We used to, be just like, if you're uncomfortable or if you were uncertain, you would almost focus on it and relish in it. We're not going to relish in the insecurity and relish in the confusion. We're not going to be mopey and relish. No, we're going to just acknowledge everything is a bit weird, and that's okay. We're just going to continue doing what feels happy, what feels positive, what feels aligned. It's a little bit frustrating that the way we used to connect with you is not the way, and the way we used to ask you questions we're not receiving, and that it feels weird, but we're gonna get used to this new us, this new you. We're gonna get used to this feeling of you, because we can feel you've shifted in. And it's lovely to feel the power of Source so firmly within and around. And we'll just get used to no longer seeking or reaching Source. Even though we always knew we were Source, we were still reaching, because we were still healing from illusion to authenticity. But now that we are just at authenticity, we no longer reach Source, we just are Source. And we feel it. And there's no judgment. There's no specific way to be Source, which is also new, There's no shiny way to be Source. It's just, you do you, boo. Whatever feels good, whatever feels aligned, whatever feels happy, you do it and discover it. And all the other co-creative forces will discover it with you. There are a whole new set of guides in this plane you're in now, so be open to being curious. We sat in meditation earlier and we opened up our frequency and we asked to be reintroduced to whoever is available, if there's anyone available, to help us get used to this new space of being in navigation. And we received brand new energies that came through, introduced themselves to us, and we are now excited to get to know them more. They might introduce themselves to you all, for we feel we're going to be learning with them quite strongly, so we might receive some tarot and channelings with them. They actually assisted us with this channeling And they say we can mention them. They call themselves the masters of alchemy, the masters of creation, of manifestation, because this is present, current, focused source. This isn't the guides to. We were working with the guides to source. Spirit was the guide to source. All those frequencies were guides to source, guiding us to the feeling, to the being, to the embodiment of source. We now are source. So these are the beings to assist us be source. It's like, hi, welcome to source. This is how it works, kind of. And very unique to you, you know. So, and it's very hands-off. It's not, oh, go here, do this. It's like, no, it's more be confident. It's more own your power. It's more own your power. Another example. We feel the more examples we give, you might be able to relate it to your own experience. So we trust it's not too... we're also with you on this. We're also learning. So we trust it's not too rambly. Let us know in the comments if it's too rambly. So for example, when we do our tarot, usually, right, we would get guidance of who has a message for whom. So it was, the angels have a message, or we have a message from the unknown, or it's time for a tarot. And it would be very much the tarot would call us and guide us to the message. This one, we just felt, we want to actually have a positive reading for what's coming up in the next 4 weeks. And then we asked, can you do that? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Okay. Then we just felt the tarot oracle, and we got a card, and we got a deck, and we were like, okay, cool, so we can use this deck. And then we thought, okay. And as we're doing it, we realized it's very much, again, it's no longer guidance, but very much what we received, current energy, and what we feel present. And it doesn't mean that we won't receive from other beings, should they wish to come through, shall. But as you all step into your power as source, in this realm, you are now allowing your source to be the guidance, to be the healing straight from core. So should we randomly feel like doing a reading to, we don't know, should it feel inspired? And it's not us manipulating. We're not deciding what's going to happen in the next 4 weeks. It is a feeling of there's something that is to come through, so let's do it, but without so much backing from the external. It is, if you feel like doing it, do it, and just see how it feels like, and see how source presents itself through you. No longer so much a channel for others, even though that's still available, but more an expression of source. And we feel that is for most of the collective, well, those who are here. Remember, everybody's having a very different experiencing, but we feel that there's a reason why Dumela Universe and the audience is so specific and is so specific. We have a very specific feel of all of you. It's a group of beings, and you all connect when inspired. It's not every time, it's when you feel guided, and that's because we are connecting with a very specific range of beings who are on this very current, right now, evolution and awakening process. And the majority of us are not from Earth. We are star seeds or galactic beings or whatever you might, you all know what you are by now. It should be quite a firm feeling within your grid, and so, or a sense at least of it. And now we are all, this is the major awakening part of the Earth mission, where we are really now awakening to our origin power, manifesting through Earth without any of the human interference or spirit. Not that it was interference, but spirit help, let's say. Nothing in the external having any influence on that which you now express yourself as. In order for that expression to be pure through the discovery of you, and you can trust it because it is born of love. The only way you could align to source this way is through love. So you can trust this being you are witnessing and experiencing, for it is the witnessing and the experiencing of love. Okay, we trust you are all at a beautiful space, and we are happy to be able to still be able to assist and bring some clarity through this transformation and transition process. We do ask that you are patient with us. Should the readings come a bit slower or at different frequencies and different times, we are really integrating, and it's a very different feel for us to channel and to work in this medium. We are yet to build the endurance. It literally feels heavier, where Velastri felt like breathing. This feels like breathing, but we can literally feel the energetic work it takes to weave, and we feel that is simply because we are not used to it, and as we are used to it, we just build the muscles for this realm, the channeling muscles, as it were, for this realm. And for any of you in your healing practice or healing experience feeling the same way, just know it's simply because you are shifting your medium of creation, right? And you're just getting used to the way this medium works. Like, you used to be a water painter, now you're painting with oil. Just a different feel. And once you're used to that feel, the fluidity will return indeed. Blessed be.